I'm Neil Austin. I'm a theatre lighting designer. I'm from the UK, and I got into lighting design at school, or lighting itself at school, and I've always been interested in theatre, and I knew that being on stage wasn't what I was interested in. And so suddenly at school, this pile of kit sitting in the corner, no one interested in being involved in it, certainly no teacher involved in it. So, you got a set of keys to the school if you did this, which was very useful. There always are those moments, you're always taking the lessons from one production to the next. And although that production might need something entirely different, there's something in the approach or the equipment. There are bits of equipment that I use time and time again, and that's because I know that they're very reliable. They're going to do everything that I need of them. They're going to be of the quality that I'm looking for, because there's no post-production for me. It has to look perfect there to the eye. I can't, wrench the color later in post-production. I can't change the exposure or anything like that. So I need stuff that's going to make people look extraordinary, and skin tones of every color make them look the best they possibly can. One production you might use the same equipment you've used on previous productions, and I've had that. I found that myself, that I will take equipment from one show to the next because I now know that equipment is reliable and beautiful quality, and it dims well, and it's got gorgeous color. And those are the kind of decisions that I'm making that I don't need to make time and again. It needs to look beautiful quality to the eye because of the no post-production. It needs to be reasonably affordable, but it also needs to be quiet because we're dealing with the spoken word. And although there is amplification in theatre, there's nothing worse than that moment when the actors stop and you want to commune with this beautiful, dramatic, emotional moment that they're having, instead of which, as they stop, all you can hear is and you're sort of turning around going, what is that piece of equipment above me? Oh, it's a video projector. Or it's a light. And so that very much reduces the amount of equipment that I will countenance using, will even consider, because noise and light quality in theatre are very, very important. That's one of the reasons why I love the X5 wash. It's that lime chip that you added since the X4. That has absolutely changed the beautiful, beautiful colours in the black body curve range, which is quite important when you're trying to do naturalism in theatre, when you're trying to make skin look normal. You're trying to make skin look like it does when you see it domestically or outside or in the natural world. So you're trying constantly to make actors look their best, and the X5 has got that quality of colour along with quality of dimming and a very beautiful beam. It's a very useful beam. My God, it's fantastic when you want to use it like a rock and roll backlight, and it's got a concert kind of 4 degrees or whatever it is. Is it 4 degrees? Probably is. Is it even less? Excuse me, it's 3 degrees. But yeah, that tight beam to the wash, it's a very, very versatile unit. I knew about GLP really because I was friends with Mark Ravenhill. I'd known him when he was at a previous company, and he'd been developing a theatre light for that company. And it was a lovely moment of actually having a manufacturer listen quite seriously to what the theatre market wanted and take a range of views from the different designers, from the electricians, and put it together. And so in Mark, I knew that there was always a very, very open and adaptable person. So when he went to GLP, I was intrigued. It was very early in the LED world, and then he showed me this prototype X4 bar, and I thought, wow, that is it. That is the replacement that I've been looking for a digital light curtain. So then obviously I'd used a lot of X4s, but they're now, what are they? They're 10 years old now, something like that. So the moment that the X5 arrived, I was very excited. With the X5's RGB lime chip was a real brilliant moment to see how well that mixed colour, how beautiful that looked on skin. And so it became a no-brainer. The bottom end of the dimming is gorgeous. It's it's stepless as far as you're concerned on stage. And it's definitely more than bright enough for theatre. I mean, what's extraordinary is it's such a small size of unit, and yet that wallop, especially when you've got it down at its narrowest beam, it's fantastic. So I'm always mixing from the base emitters. But yeah, I find it's very possible to get the X5 to match to the old gold standard. We didn't know it was the gold standard at the time. We all thought it was slightly annoying having to put colour in front of, manual colour in front of a lamp, but actually I think we're all starting to realise what we lost. Tungsten being overrun by LED. The few moments where you get to go back and do a show with tungsten, you go, oh God, yeah, wow, it looks extraordinary. People look amazing. I mean, people sweated a lot on stages. We should be very happy that we are using less electricity. The actors are sweating a lot less, and it's funny, isn't it? The tungsten emulation mode on units. So this idea that it adds as much as it can the red shift that tungsten used to as it went down. I'm so glad to switch that off on every single unit, because that wasn't a feature. That was a bug with tungsten, as far as I was concerned. I would pick the color I would want, I would pick the gel, it would be absolutely perfect, but then only when the unit was at full. And then as I dimmed it down, I'd be like, oh, well, that beautiful, cold, slightly greeny, moonlighty blue is now warming up to some other color. It wasn't an advantage to me to have 99 different versions of that color on the way down to 0. I'm happy to choose my color, that beautiful blue that I'm after, or pink or green or whatever it may be, and then put it at 1% and go, still the same color, great, thank you very much. But that's why it's really important to have great color. So I find that I can mix those warm tints that you could get so beautifully from tungsten, and I find, I can mix them in a way that certainly convinces my eye, and I think definitely, I'd hope the audience's eye as well, that it is a natural light source, not an unnatural light source. I think the project I'm most proud of is the one that hasn't yet happened. That's an impossible ask. There's always something that doesn't work out quite as well. So you always think, the next show will be the one. That'll be the one that's perfection. But I think shows that I think are particularly resonant with me, obviously Harry Potter has been extraordinary, because that's now been running for quite a long time in many, many domains. And so it just happens to be the piece that has been the most seen. And I think what's lovely about it is we have this fantastic statistic that certainly in the first year in London that 50% of the audience were not on a marketing list for any other theatre. So you could take that to mean that it was their first time going to the theatre, or maybe it was their first time booking the tickets for themselves going to the theatre. And of that 50%, quite a lot of them came back and booked for something else. And you sort of go, well, that's it. And my job is done, because I fell in love with this industry by going to the theatre and thinking it was magic and thinking it was worthwhile spending way too much of my life in darkened rooms to creating theatre. And so it's lovely when you know that the audience have enjoyed themselves enough and are, have been satisfied with their evening's entertainment, and they might come back again. I heard about Paddington and I thought I would love to do that show. That is a show, it's such a quintessentially English story. And it's a story with such extraordinary heart and a very important message to be sending right now to the world.